Hey everyone, Mrs. Love here. This is a quick little video to show you how to use your snipping tool. Now, the snipping tool, I think, is the most amazing invention ever. Everybody has access to it on their computer. So, before we can practice using the snipping tool, you have to find it. So, let me see if I can adjust the screen here so you can see my whole computer. Okay, so somewhere on your computer, you either have this button in the corner or you might have that circle button. Um, but what we're going to do is we're going to push either that button, or if you have this magnifying button, you can push the little magnifying glass. That is a search tool. We are going to search on our computer for the snipping tool. So I'm going to click search, and all I'm going to do is type the word snip. Now, when I type that, you will see it'll bring up the best choices that match my search. Right here is snipping tool. Now, if I want to use this tool, all I have to do is click on that word. And you can see how this little menu popped up. This is my snipping tool menu. So the snipping tool is like a virtual pair of scissors. You can cut anything that's on your screen and you can either paste it somewhere else or you can save it. So I'm going to show you how to do those things here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my internet, and just so we have something to practice, I am going to search for the words George Washington. Okay, I'm looking for a picture of George Washington. So I'm going to go to images, and I see lots of good pictures here. So I'm just going to pick one of these pictures that I like. Oh, I like this one, the one with him standing up here. So I'm going to click on my snipping tool, which is now at the bottom of my menu because I opened it. And if I want to cut this picture, I'm going to click on the word new. Now, as soon as I click that, you're going to see that the whole screen got a little bit fuzzy. That's how I know I'm using the scissors. Now, in order to cut my picture, I'm going to take my mouse button. See that little plus sign? I'm going to put it in the corner of where I want to start cutting. And then I'm going to push down my mouse button and I'm going to hold it. And then I'm going to highlight the whole entire picture that I want to cut. Okay, when I'm done with the part I want to cut, I let go of my mouse button and it'll pop up in the menu. Okay, this is the part I just cut. Now I have an option. I can save it. If I save it, I push the save button and then I can save it onto my computer. Or if I just want to use it one time, I can go, I'm going to go paste it somewhere, and I'm going to paste it onto a Word document. So if I want to paste, I'm going to now, it's still here. If I push it again, see it popped up. All I'm going to do is push my mouse button on the screen where I want to paste this picture. And then I'm going to do my right side of my mouse button. And I get this little menu. And then I'm going to push this little clipboard because it says paste. And there's my picture. I just cut a picture and pasted it onto my paper. That is my virtual snipping tool. So easy. Okay, so when I'm done using it, I'm going to close it. Okay, it's going to ask me if I want to save my snip. I'm not saving it. I don't need this again. But what I do want to show you, instead of me having to search for it every single time I want to use it, what I can do is I can create a shortcut for that. I'm going to go back to my magnifying glass and I'm going to search for snip. Now this time, I'm going to put my pointer on it, but I'm going to right click on my mouse. And I'm going to get a menu. I want to click pin to taskbar. So watch the bottom of my computer screen when I do that. As soon as I click pin to taskbar, boom, did you see? It showed up down here. So now this will always stay down here. All of these things at the bottom of my computer, all these little are shortcuts. These are things that I saved to my taskbar because I use them all the time. So now this will stay here, and every time I want to use my snipping tool, I just click, and there it is. So you might be thinking, I don't know if I'm going to use this snipping tool very much, but I promise you, you're going to use it a lot once you practice it. The best use for snipping tool is when you're in class and your teacher has something on the board that you want to save. For example, I'm going to show you. Yesterday in history class, I gave a homework assignment. I'm going to show you that page. Here's our homework assignment from yesterday. Now, instead of me having to get a pencil and a paper to write down my homework assignment, I could have gone to my snipping tool. I could have clicked new. I could snip this whole entire page, and then I can save it. Save it. And on this one, I'm going to save it to my history class, and I'm going to write down homework September 13th. And there it is. Now, it took me about 10 seconds to do that. I don't have to remember my homework. I don't have to have a pencil to write it down with. All I have to do is go to my history class folder, and there's my homework right there. I can open it up, and now I remembered what my homework was. So that's one way you can use that snipping tool. I'm sure you will think of lots of other ways. I hope that this video helped you learn about using your snipping tool.